Hey guys, this is What Time Is It Gaming? You know what time it is. It's game time. Today, we're going to go over another Gwent deck, the top deck in the game right now. The Overwhelming Hunger Monsters Viy Deck. So if you like Gwent, if your friends like Gwent, please share in the comments below. If you have any questions, ask, share your favorite decks. And always, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you need more ideas besides this deck, go to playgwent.com, playgwent.com, playgwent.com. They've got thousands of decks that have been imported from thousands of players who try out different things and can give you some ideas. It's got the top ranked decks and all sorts of stuff. But right here, this deck, or variations of it, is the one to beat. So, basically the monster deck, monster faction, if you've never played before, they are all about kind of consuming themselves. They're about dying. They're about thriving off of each other. So a move is called Thrive. Let's see, what of he's got it. So Necker's got it. He's a level 1 over here. And anytime you play someone more powerful than him, he goes up 1. That's a main feature. Like I said, the consume feature right here, he can consume, meaning he eats the other one and gains its power. And then the most important, which is what makes this V card so special, are the death wishes. He came out in the new Way of the Witcher expansion, and he kind of changed the game. His death wish, other people have other death wishes, is when he dies, he goes back into your deck, and he gains a power of 3. So he starts at 8, he then goes to 11, then it goes to 14, 17, 20, and so on. And I've seen this guy get into the high 20s and 30s sometimes. So he can definitely do some damage. And to do that damage, you need to have cards that will consume him. Obviously, you've got these cards here. And you need cards that are going to pull him out of the deck. You can't always draw him. And getting him once is not going to help. You need to continually get him out, basically kill him, put him back in your deck, and pull him out so that his power will rise. And that's what this deck is. I mean, it's a very simple idea. It just needs to be executed properly so that you have that synergy to pull him out, get rid of him. And I mean, that starts with the leader ability right here, Overwhelming Hunger. Basically, you have 3 charges. You have 3 chances, 3 tries. You can do it 3 times. Everyone loves a good old 3. And you get this Ekamara. It has a base 2 power, and it consumes. That's what it does. It's easy. So whatever V is, he's 8, 11, 17, whatever, add 2, and that's what it is. You kill him, you put him back in your deck. We recommend the Crystal Skull. I recommend it. And again, you have all these different ones. If you want to try something else, go for it. The Crystal Skull boosts an ally by 4 and gives it Veil. So some of these guys, they'll try to bleed them and things like that. If you put Veil on them, they can't do that. They can't put statuses on them. Haunt is the scenario. So if you play specific cards, for this one, it's Death Wish cards. You get other cards. So when you play it, you get a Desert Banshee. Then you get a Bargus when you play a Death Wish card, and then you get a Night Wraith. So this is good to get out consume cards so that, you can consume V. You have Oneiromancy, if I said that wrong, because it's a very hard word, Oneiromancy, forgive me. But this card's awesome. It's one of the Echo cards, which means if you use it once, it goes back to the top of your deck, and you can play it again. You can play any card from your deck, which is fantastic. So you can always pick V if you want, and you get to use it twice, basically. You obviously have V. It's a main thing we're talking about. You've got Royal Decree, again. Play a unit from your deck. You've got Ihuarraquax. Again, if I said that wrong, I apologize. He's cool because he's not only a unit, so he's 4. You can consume him, but depending on what you play, most likely you're going to want to play the melee version in the melee area, because he summons the highest card, which will for you be V, and it also throws out your opponent's highest card. which usually they probably won't want to do at the time that you do it. So it kind of screws up, you know, their pattern. It'll put it in their graveyard because they'll have used it. It may not use their special ability because it may not be fulfilled because you're just throwing it out there. So good stuff. You'll need Naglfar. You'll look at 2 random gold cards from your deck, then you can play one. This card's good because, you know, you may see V because it's random. You may not, but I mean, you could draw all these other cards which can specifically grab him. So you might have a couple, you know, chains that you have to run just to get him out. You have Alzur's Double Cross, which plays the highest unit from your deck. You got Whispering Hillock. Again, play a Death Wish card, so it could be V, it could be something else, but obviously we're V-centric on this deck, so you want to get him out as much as possible to boost up your numbers. You have the Beast. The Beast is important. The Beast is a kind of alternate card that's not in this whole V-centric area. Since V is so powerful, if you can get the Beast out without him getting destroyed, he tries to be the most powerful Beast on the field. So he boosts himself for 2 for at the end of your turn until he's the highest unit, which with V usually he never is, so he's always just continuously growing. You got Prince Willem, which he goes on the opposite side. On your enemy side, he gives them 2 points because he's disloyal, but you get to play a random gold card. So again, you can possibly get V, or you can get any of these other cards that will help you pull V out anyway. You've got Barbagizi. He can do consume twice, so that's awesome because most of these are just once. Slyzard is also good because he can consume and it just continue consuming. He has a cooldown of 1, so every turn basically he can consume. You've got 2 Bargus, which is you consume on deploy, so make sure there's something there that you want to consume that's not an important card, or you have to consume that. It's not always bad, I just don't like to put all my eggs in one basket because they can, you know, banish or get rid of specific cards. So make sure you, even though they're all really high levels, because V is going to be thrown out like, you know, 15, 20, whatever per person, make sure you spread it out. You're going to have 2 of these guys. You've got the Andraga Larva, which is just a way to get things out and kind of grow, spread out. Again, you don't want to put everything in one basket. You've got Spores is important because you can reset any unit, whether it's yours or your enemies. You've got the Noon Wraith, which is 6 power, so for its provisions over here 4, it's very powerful. Death Wish, it spawns 2 rats in an enemy row. Can be helpful if you have someone that spams a lot, but not necessarily needed. More or less, it's because of its 6 power and the fact that it's Death Wish, which will help with Haunt. You can pull out the next chapters, basically. Got your Foglets, which are good basically to, again, throw them out there, consume them, get the Death Wish, get the other one out. So there's 2 of those in the deck. You've got Squirrel. Squirrel's pretty useful. He's 4 for 4, so he's got decent power for what he is, but he banishes cards in your opponent's graveyard. So if there's a card that pisses you off and you kill it, you can basically banish it, get rid of it. Bruxa, there's 2 of them, and she has Thrive, so you know, anything higher than her, she will grow by 1, and she gives bleeding, so it's a little bit of an offense, not much though. And then you have the Necker, which you know, you pull 1 out and it spawns a base copy, so you have 2, and then those can grow over time. There's also a way that they kind of, you know, distract your enemy. So that's the deck right there. It's also going to be written down in the description, the full deck with the ability and the stratagem. But again, check out the deck, try it out. I mean, the idea is very simple. It just needs to be executed properly. You know, you've got V. You're trying to pull him out via these cards. You're trying to consume him via the other cards. And you're just trying to keep your enemy kind of off kilter. And if I had to say one thing, try to get V in the starting hand, because you can blow through these cards quick in 1 round. With V in your hand, you can automatically throw him down. And whether there's a consume card down, or if you have to use your leader ability, It makes it a little easier. Obviously, that doesn't always happen. It's luck of the draw. But that is probably my biggest tip. The other thing is, like I said, make sure you spread out who you're giving his power to. Don't just put it all on one person, and don't put it all in one row, because there are cards like that can wipe out entire rows. There are cards that can banish certain cards, so if you have it all in one person, it's not the best. Yeah, so cards like Yarden that will reset a whole row, this will really screw you up. So just be careful on that. But again, this deck with V, more or less, it's one of the top decks. Obviously, there's different variations. Some people like to put Alzur's Thunder in it, which is this card right here. This is the premium. This is the regular. You can do more damage. Basically, output it damages 5. And again, there's other cards that people like to put in. I just like to slam them with points. So this is the Monster Faction Overwhelming Hunger Viy Deck. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you will try it out and put some feedback on it. Again, it is probably the top deck. It's Viy Deck or a variation of it in the game right now. And so hopefully you'll try it out and you will have success. Again, like I always say, no deck is perfect, but keep pushing through and you will win a bunch. Okay? So again, please subscribe, try out the deck, go to playgwent.com if you have any other factions or decks that you're trying to play with. Import your own deck, try variations of this, and we will see you next time. Please like the video, please subscribe, share it, and comment below. Thank you. Have a good one.